You are right. The only essential there is when it comes to running is a pair of trainers. And technically that's an optional extra in itself. But today, I'm going to walk you through 7 things that I use on a regular basis when it comes to running, so that you can decide for yourself if you want them in your own running locker or not. With that being said, if you get to the end of this video and all you have is a pair of running shoes, then don't let that be a reason not to start. As my old Chinese friends like to say, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, the next best time is now. So if you've got a pair of trainers, you really are good to go. Now, number 1, as stated, is a pair of trainers. The trainers you get are going to be dependent on a number of different factors, but I would try and make sure that you're wearing actual running trainers rather than just general everyday trainers. I get asked a fair bit which my favourite shoes are, and the truth is, I've got a good few pairs. Number 1, because I've been running for a good while, and number 2, because those miles add up fast. As you might know already, I'm a big Nike guy. Fun fact, Nike is actually pronounced Nike. So I always try and go with Nike, and I've never had any problems. But you could also go and get fitted and find some specifically for you. Just now I've got 3 pairs of trainers that I will go to depending on runs. Number 1 is the Nike Invincible 3. These are sort of general day-to-day trainers that I'll use on sort of longer runs, steadier runs, and I see these as more like an everyday running trainer. Number 2 is a Nike Vaporfly 3. I bought these probably a month or 2 before I did my last marathon in November 2024. These are very, very good, very comfy, and pretty quick. These were soft at the start, but these have definitely been outworn and are definitely past their best. Therefore, I got these, the Adidas Adizero 4. Now, as I say, I'm usually a big Nike fan, but the Nike trainers that I wanted to get weren't available, and I had to get some before I started the challenge. So I ended up going for these bad boys. These have actually been really good, apart from the first ones that I got I had to send back because the stripes peeled off them after the first run. Not ideal, but these ones were exchanged and have actually been really, really good. I spend a fair bit on running shoes just because it's something that I take quite seriously, and I've really been doing a lot more over the last sort of few years, but really you don't need anything world beating, especially if you're just starting out. The second thing on the list is a running vest. Now, I often get asked why I wear this, and it's really for a couple of reasons. Number 1, it allows me to carry my phone. My watch actually allows me to play music on it, but I tend to carry my phone in case I'm taking pictures or videos and playing the content game. Content 365, baby. However, in any races and longer distance stuff, it's very handy to carry gels, to carry keys, or anything else that you want to take along. This is the one that I would usually wear. However, this literally arrived in the post today, and I bought this one for the running challenge because it's got a little bag in the back, just so there's a little bit more storage as we travel between cities. Number 3 is a watch. Now again, this isn't a necessity. This is something that I would look at as you start to get more into it. There's different prices of watches, there's different brands. I previously had an Apple Watch, which I found good at the time, but since converting to Garmin, I have found this far, far better. It's a way better battery life. The stats that I can get are far, far better. And in case you're wondering, I will probably do a video on this watch in future, but this is a Garmin Forerunner 265S. The more expensive the watch, more features you're going to be likely to get. But if you're just starting out, something basic will be absolutely fine. Most fitness watches these days will track your heart rate, but that takes me on to number 4, which is a heart rate chest strap. This literally just goes around your chest and Bluetooths to your watch or your phone, but this is going to give you a much more accurate reading than the heart rate on your watch. So if you can, I would say getting one of these is going to be beneficial. Number 5 on the list is quite simply electrolytes. I quite like this brand, Science in Sport, and really electrolytes are just going to be beneficial to keep you hydrated, to replace minerals that you lose during sweat, and are good both pre and post run. If I'm doing a run early in the morning, I'll try and make sure that I take some before, and occasionally I'll take it after runs too, depending on how much sweat I feel like I've lost. Other brands are available. Again, not something you necessarily need to have, but it definitely will be beneficial. Number 6 on the list is energy gels. I'll generally buy a box of these off of Amazon. This is a brand called High Five, although Science in Sport, SIS, do them as well. So making sure that you find one that sits well with you is going to be important because not everyone digests them as well and it takes a little bit of practice. These are going to be very useful as your distance builds and as you start to run longer distances, especially if you're running anything over 2 hours. And it's just going to mean you can top up your carb stores as you run. Carb loading is something I'll cover in a future video, but as a very basic example, if you're running anything over 2 hours, you want to ensure your carb stores are full going into that run. Imagine that like a full tank of fuel, because as you run, your carb stores will be depleted and come down, and throughout the run, you're never going to be able to top it back up to full, but these gels will help you top it up a little bit as you run. And finishing off with number 7, the most important running accessory there is, Strava. If you don't put your run on that, does it even count? It definitely does not count. I actually never used Strava before I got my Garmin, but now it automatically uploads onto it, and I've become a real fan. Just make sure you're not comparing your times to other people. You v you. But there we have it, 7 running essentials, or not essentials, that you might want to have in your running locker. Feel free to give this video a like if you found it useful. Make sure to click the link below if you want 30 ways to get fitter than ever in 30 days. And if you'd like to know more about working together, then hit the link and apply below. Have a good one.